Welcome to The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and you're in for a treat today. You know all we ask is 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 tips to help you live your best life or grow your business, and you're in for a treat today for absolutely sure. Today's going to be another great, fantastic day. Whether you woke up today and you're feeling kind of or you woke up today and you're feeling popping great, however the day is for you, may it be a blessed and great day as we begin a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Glad to see you, Dream4 Weaver. Glad to see you, Marilyn Wilkin. Glad to see you, Jeffrey Klein. MLW, you are too much. It's a brand new show, a brand new day. We got a lot in store for you today. So sit back, relax, sit tight. Again, as I say, all I ask is 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 things you need to know to live your best life or start to grow your business. I'm feeling fantastic. Voice stays a bit raspy, as you can hear it. But you know what? Raspy voices aren't bad. I'm sure you can understand exactly what I'm saying. If you want to connect with me, touch base with me, want to give me a thought for The Rundown with Ramon, you can DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Reach out to me other places you wish. Well, let's get started on a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Here we go. Let's pause this music there. Boom! Ding, 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 ding. Life and business lessons from SAT tests. This was an interesting article. As you may have seen over the last few months, last few years, the SAT scores have been kind of dinged. Thank you, Jeffrey. Some are saying the SAT scores are, racially unbiased, inequitable, whatever it is. I get it. But it's interesting that many colleges are saying with the SAT scores changed and taken away, now they're having a hard time evaluating the incoming students, says an article in the New York Times. What they're saying is that high school scores are not a good enough indicator of the success or the failure of an incoming student. But the SAT scores, as imperfect as they may or may not have been, were a great opportunity, a great way to gauge a student's success in college, says a study. Says a study. Freeze now, man, cool biz. As the studies show. So what does this mean for your business? What does this mean for my business? Because this is definitely not about SAT scores. But what I wanted to bring to your attention and share with you is that sometimes we may do things in our business and we should be a bit slower, a bit careful of taking them out or adding them in. We may think it's one thing that's the problem and we may stop it, we may not do it, but then we realize it's actually something totally different. So I thought to bring that in and let you know that, because yes, that's an SAT score. It's about a whole different issue, about a whole different thought. Hey, bot consulting's in the house here. But I think that the aspect that we can think of as well is that what about our businesses? You think that, the problem with this is this team member. The problem with this is this software. The problem with this is this employee. The problem with this is the other. But then lo and behold, you make those changes and realize, it wasn't what we thought it was. It's actually something different that's the problem. So I wanted to highlight that today because, hey, you like me, we think it's one thing, but it ends up being another thing. And then it's really the other thing that's the thing that's the thing of the thing of the thing, because it shouldn't be the thing, because the thing is the thing. I don't know what I'm saying on that part, but you get my point that I'm trying to illustrate. And this is a serious issue, I know. Maybe I shouldn't laugh about it. SAT scores has been a huge hullabaloo about are they disadvantageous for some students and blah, blah, blah. And I get it. But the bigger issue I want to bring it home to us here, the Rundown with Ramon. What does it mean for us? You think that maybe it's because your child is playing too much on some technology why they're not doing great, Angeline Moore. And you realize, Cheesecake Boutique, that that's not the case. You think it's problem A, and it's not problem A. Indeed, it is a beautiful week indeed, Karen. So that's what I wanted us to think about today on the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Moving forward, Brains podcast talks about human connections are important for mental health. Listen, I do a whole talk called Human Connections in a Digital World that I do part of my keynoting big events and hosting events and things of this nature. And one of my talks is called Human Connections in a Digital World. So when I saw this article from Brains, Brainz, it got me thinking that that's important. Sometimes we neglect to make the human connection. We get so busy in our world that we forget to stop and say hello. We get so busy in our world, Hampton's book, that we forget to just stop and pause and say, good day, good morning, good evening. We get so busy and caught up in a world that sometimes we forget. But I think it's interesting to understand that it's not just for our children, not just for our families, but for our mental health, even in our business, that human connectivity is important. Why do you think that some of the best torture, I've not researched this, but just from what I see in the movies, why do you think that some of the best tortures and things we have read actually in history is silence? Why is some of that best torture to put people on isolation, to get them away from a hug, get them away from a smile, get them away from a handshake, Becca, get them away from all the things they may be used to, and have them alone for 4 months, 6 months, 2 years? You can go kind of cray-cray with that, because we're made to be connected as humans. Again, as my talk talks about human connections in a digital world. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray, and this is the Rundown with Ramon. If you're enjoying the Rundown with Ramon, loving what you're hearing, DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray, some art hustle, touch base with me. Let me know what else you want to see in the Rundown with Ramon, what you don't want to see, how it can help you, how it can support you. Let me know what you want to see. Ding, 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 ding. Tip number 3, digital advertising cookies. Does this create new opportunities for advertisers, or is this a major problemo? Kit Eaton talks about this. Kit Eaton's at Kit Eaton on Twitter. And the headline of the article says, Google just swallowed the cookie that will change how your company advertises. Here's the bottom line. For many, 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 many years, for decades, eons it seems, digital cookies have been placed on websites by our browsers, Chrome, Edge, pick your browser. So you go to said website, you go to Facebook, go to Twitter, any of these places, they place a little cookie on your computer so they can identify who you are. That cookie is a little string of numbers, whatever it is, identifies this is that person. You go to Macy's, you go to The Gap, you go to Sears, you go to PayPal, you go to Lululemon, you go to Amazon, go to any of these, any website. They'll place a little cookie on your website so they can track you. Did you come back? And oftentimes these cookies are also aligned with advertising networks. They can track your journey throughout as you go from website to website. You can do retargeting and etc. Google's the leader in this. But I guess due to, people want more privacy and the world's changing, Google's like, you know what? We're going to give people the option to take away cookies. Now, Apple did this some time ago, and it upended advertising because they gave you the choice to take away using cookies. So my point for you, this affects you, dear small business owner. This absolutely affects you. When the cookies are taken away, what will you do? We're talking about digital cookies here. And the end of the article says, as an alternative to cookie-driven targeted ads, entrepreneurs might want to look at advertising technology that's different, which is influencer or creator-based advertising, or even AI-driven ads. Now, the AI-driven ads, I have no clue what that means, but I'm sure it's going to be cool. But regarding influencer marketing, there's one thing you can't stop. Let's say there's a cool influencer that's reaching a certain demographic. You can work with them, partner with them, pay them indeed to get in front of the audience you want to get in front of. So influencer advertising may increase, in fact, an opportunity for people like me, as I have an audience of thousands and thousands of people that follow me across a variety of platforms week by week, working with an advertiser to authentically say, hey, I use said product, or I like said product. You may want to use it too. What do you think about that, by the way? I'm curious. DM me, connect with me. Let me know what you think about this aspect of digital cookies being taken away. Will this make an impact on your business? Will it not? Do you even know about this? And maybe you don't. And that's why you're here on The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. A report by JP Morgan says that small business owners will use AI more. I think we know this already, but it's important and I wanted to bring it out. Listen, I'm talking about this quite a bit. I'm going to talk about more and more and more. If you're not leveraging and harnessing the power of AI in your business, you're going to be falling behind. This is for sure. AI is the bomb. It's powerful. Can it be overused? Can you do nefarious things with it? Blah, 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 blah. Sure. But AI is powerful. It's upending our regular business norms. And it's something that I think everybody should pay attention to and check out. AI is powerful. AI is powerful. To add to more productivity, to give you more insight, to crunch data you may have. Yes, should you attribute it to the source? Should you disclose it as much as you can? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We use AI in zoneofgenius.com. We use it as part of our editorial team. If I want to write an article about 7 ways you can raise financing for your business, I already know that. I already know that information. You can do investing, you can do angel funding, you can get a private loan, you can get a bank loan, alternative lending. I know those things. I can write about it, but AI is like my editorial team. That's how I use it. How are you using it for your business, for imagery, to crunch data, and more? So definitely don't leave your head in the sand and think that AI is not for you, because I'm telling you, my friend, it absolutely is for you. Listen, how are you enjoying the Rundown with Ramon? Is it helpful for you? Is it helping your business? Is it giving you some insight to think about? Are you learning something? Is it useful for you? I sure hope it is, Jeffrey and Ray Shaw. I sure hope it is, because I'm doing my best to give you the best information I can. 30 minutes or less. Top 10 tips to 30 minutes or less. Top 10 tips to help you grow your business. Once again, my name is Ramon Ray, publisher zoneofgenius.com, here to serve you and help you grow your business. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, you have the skills to start your business. And I love Karen says this, giving props to our friends at score.org. Number of free classes on a number of things, including AI, to help you grow your business. Our friends at score.org. Indeed, Karen, thanks for that. Listen, starting a business is not easy. Growing a business is not easy in some ways. But Terry Rice writes about this, an entrepreneur, and talks about to start your business with the skills you already have without a fancy website or complicated marketing tactics. Now, he says fancy website or complicated. That means I do think a website can be useful for you. And you should probably have a website or some digital landing page, as we get to point number 5 here in our top 10 tips to help you live your best life or grow your business. And you don't need complicated marketing, but Terry's right. The basics of tools where you can attract people to your brand, convert them, the basics of tools for marketing can help you grow your business and get you starting. You have the tools you need right inside you. It's not a lot of complication. You don't need a lot to start your business. You don't need a lot to grow your business. A large part of it is, in fact, is mindset. It's the mindset that trips up many business owners, many entrepreneurs. But Terry Rice says the following one: determine your zone of genius. I'm reading it right here. He quotes Gay Hendricks' book about it called The Big Leap. But you can check out also zoneofgenius.com. And he talks about, we'll start by gaining a basic understanding of various zones of competence. There's incompetence, competence, excellence, and genius. So that's one thing Terry talks about. Then he says, open up a spreadsheet and column A, jot down all the organizations you've worked at. Assign tasks and activities to various zones of competence that you have. What do you do very well? What do you excel at? Determine the specific services that you want to sell, Terry talks about. And he goes on and on and on to encourage us that a lot of the things you already have within you, you have already to start or grow your business. Ask your network to spread the word about your business. That's one thing many of us don't do. I'm talking to you. Are you even telling your existing network that you're out there, that you have a business? Are you doing that? My friend Jeffrey, I think I have his book right here, right? He sent me his book and said, "Hey, Ramon, I got a new book coming out, The Content Beast. Tell people about it, share people about it." And I'm doing that now, right? So it's just spreading the word, let people know what you have and what's out there for them, because many people don't know, Miss Hugh Graham. Many people don't know, Hicka Split. Many people don't know. If you're not spreading the word and letting people know what you have and what you don't have, that's your fault. That's your fault. You can't sit back and expect what you don't share out, what you don't telegraph and tell other people. So if you don't ask your network and let them know, hey, I got something for you, that could be an issue. But it's important to do that. And this is a reminder, it doesn't take a lot to start a business. And it doesn't even take a lot to grow a business. There's things you need to do. You can't just sit back and relax. You have to put the work in for sure. It's that mindset that's so important. But my encouragement with you today is you can do it. That's my encouragement. Don't let fear stop you from getting to the next level. Don't let fear stop you from growing. Don't let fear be an impediment to your next success. Don't do that. You have what you need right inside you to take your business to the next level. The question is, will you harness that inside you and let it be birthed forth, or will you not? The only difference from people who succeed and people who don't is just a little bit. We people who succeed, we do it. We people who succeed, we're willing to take risk. We people who do it, we let go of things relatively quickly. We don't nurse that old sore. We don't nurse that old wound. We don't nurse that failure. I failed many, many times. Heck, I was fired from the United Nations. So I encourage you, don't let your past difficulties or challenges stop you from succeeding and getting to the next level. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, if this is reaching you, let me know. Let me know. DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Let me know this is reaching you. Let me know this is valuable to you. Let me know what you think about your journey of starting your own business. Again, my name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. Ding, 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 ding. What's up next? This is interesting. My friend Jason Duncan. I definitely want you to check him out. Jason Duncan at The Real Jason Duncan, a really great guy with a great podcast. He's interviewing somebody here about what is an entrepreneur. What is an entrepreneur? And I thought about this because I think about many of you here. Many of you may be working full-time jobs. That's right, Miss Hugh Graham. That's right, Cheesecake Boutique. Many of you may be within companies and you found out that full-time entrepreneurship is not for you. That's right. Karen says succeeders keep on pushing. You're exactly right, Karen. Hey to that. So what is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur. For some of you, it's okay to work for a full-time company. You all may not want to have the risk and headache that I have as a business owner. That doesn't mean you don't have risk or headache. You have it in a different way. But if you want to succeed working within a corporation, if you want to succeed working within a company, there's things that you need to do. Are you networking? Do you know how to play the game? Do you know what's important to your boss and your boss's boss? Are you being invaluable in that company? Are you being invaluable so that when you're not there, you are missed? Or are you just an average cog in an average wheel? Are you willing to poke the box, as Seth Godin talks about? These things are real things. These things are important. I love that. Seeing somebody tell me here, recently retired from my 33-year job and now full-time entrepreneur. No risk, no reward. Absolutely. Absolutely. And these things are available for all of us. Maybe an entrepreneurship is not for you. But what about being within a business and succeeding there? That's where it's at. That's where it may be for you, right? Maybe it's not being on a full-time business owner. That takes some stress and difficult other things. That maybe it's not for all of you. Maybe that's not where you want to do it. But I encourage you can still be a successful entrepreneur, as my friend Jason Duncan talks about. This is what he talks about. And this can be a powerful force for many of you. Again, my name is Ramon Ray, having been an entrepreneur at some time in my life as well before I was not. This could be something that you all want to do, that maybe you want to leverage. Ramon, I want to work in my company. Ramon, I want to be here. Ramon, I don't want to have my own business. I want to succeed and thrive as well within a larger organization. That comfort, that safety in some way that is there. And I encourage you to do it. Dr. Martin chiming in here saying, yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Glad you're here and joining us. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. What's up next? Ding, 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 ding. Point number 7, nonprofit lenders is important. But I wanted to explore what is a nonprofit lender for those of you who don't know. And I thought it was interesting. There are multiple ways to get money, multiple ways to raise money for your business, multiple ways to get funding for your business. And one, there's a whole category of lenders called nonprofit lenders. And these lenders often have a higher risk threshold than a traditional bank. When you're told by a bank no, often a nonprofit lender can lend you that money. So there's something called a nonprofit lender. They have the fiduciary responsibility. They have the passion to get more businesses that may be a little more higher risk the money they need. Their job is to find business owners that they can help advance on the journey. So I wanted you aware of this as you're looking for funding for your business. There's one called Accion Opportunity Fund. You may want to check them out, ACCION, Accion Opportunity Fund. That could be for you. There's many ways to get funding for a business, but also be careful. And I warned you, and I want you to hear me carefully on this. Maybe you don't need funding. Many people come to me and talk to me, Ramon, tell me how to get funding for my business. Ramon, I need an investor. Well, maybe you don't need an investor. I'd like to know your journey. DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Let me know what's been your journey with getting funding for your business, with not getting funding for your business. Have you bootstrapped your business or not? Have you self-funded your business? My businesses that I've grown, I've done it on credit cards, and I love it. Kiva's another one. Exactly. Thank you so much, Mitch Graham. Kiva's another one. Many options, many solutions for small business funding. Again, everybody, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. I'm having a ball. Let's see what's next on the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. There's a technique called the 4-7-8 breathing technique. That's interesting. You may want to try it or consider it. But really talks about a simple reminder of how we can breathe. And breathing is important. Breathing can expand the journey of life. Breathing is great for our lungs and our mindset and so many of the things that we can do. And it's about breathing. Breath is important, and sometimes we don't consider it. But it's really simple. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and release for 8. In fact, we'll do it right now. I think breathing and these things are important for the body. Breath is important. So I'm going to try it right now. Well, you try it together. Let's see. If you're doing it, let me know. Let's try it together and see if we can do it together. All right. Shall we try it? Some breathing. What does it say here? Let me go back and read this here. And this is from our friends at Glamour. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, then release for 8. Let's try to have some fun. So breathe in for 4, hold for 7, release for 8. See if I can do it. Oh, I did it wrong. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7. Okay, let's try it. Okay, here we do it again. Okay, here we go. Simple exercise, but I know breath is important. So whether you try that several times a day, once a day, I don't know. Do your research on your own. I'm not a medical doctor. Follow your doctor's advice, but breathing's important. How we breathe or how we don't breathe, what the practices we do, going back to stretching, exercise, living a healthy life is so important. And I encourage all of you to try it. You can see, may take some practice at first, but it definitely can help you in your personal life and just maybe in your business. Ding, 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 ding. Up here, Seth Godin, one of my favorite thought leaders in the world, talks about enrollment versus insubordination, says Seth Godin. The old style of work is we're trying to force people to do what we want them to do. I'm trying to force Jeffrey, trying to force Miss Graham, trying to force Bill, trying to force people my way. Seth Godin is saying instead of forcing people to do what you want, why don't instead you just simply try to enroll them? Try to enroll them in what you want them to do. Discuss with them. Get them on your side, as it were, to see your vantage point, to see what you're trying to work on. And if you're enrolling people, that's a lot better than forcing people and having to call them insubordinate or things of this nature. But enroll people, share with people, let them embrace your vision of success. Last tip of the day, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray, and this is an interesting article. Best time for dinner. I thought this is really interesting. Now, this is not talking about the best time for families to get together. But what was interesting is that sometimes we're hungry, sometimes we snack. But studies show, due to various medical reasons, I'm not going to get into it now. You can do the research. But there is a best time for dinner, and they're saying you kind of shouldn't eat 3 hours before you go to bed. Studies share. So listen, Rundown with Ramon is all about helping you live your best life or grow your business. And I hope you've learned something on the Rundown with Ramon. Hope you're taking some screenshots. Hope you're sharing with people, letting people know you're watching a Rundown with Ramon. All we ask is 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 tips to build your best life or grow your business. It's my passion, because business and life are definitely tied to each other. As I always say on each show, a reminder to you can go to zoneofgenius.com to get insight like this. But more importantly, be clear on what you really, really want. It's okay to ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? Understanding there's no music, there's no commercial break, there's no soundtrack. This is life. Finding out, are you hungry enough to get to where you want to be? What kind of prices are you working on? Are you doing them premium? Or are you kind of the cheapest vendor and having a low profit? And last but not least, I want you to ask yourself, what do you do best? Because when you're doing what you do best and you're serving the people you want to serve and you're getting paid to do it, it's a beautiful, beautiful life. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray, and this has been the Rundown with Ramon. Definitely hit me up. Let me know how I can work with you, how I can serve you to make your life better. Let me know what tips and insights you want to see right here on the Rundown with Ramon. Go out, be a blessing, having a fantastic, fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for your time watching the Rundown with Ramon.